Hi, welcome to the Red Booth Show. I'm Kimberly. On tonight's episode, I have an actor named Domiziano Arcangeli, who also became a film director and producer and has a couple of movies coming out at the end of this year. So come and join us. All right, so here we are. Hey, Dom.
Hi.
How are you
Kimberly.
today?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Yes, me too.
Excited.
I've been looking forward to having you on the show for some time now.
I know I've been a little busy, but
Yeah, you just have 3 movies coming out. No big deal.
yeah. It's been quite a labor, make movies these days. It's a complex process, especially for independent film companies. So
Definitely.
lots of work and a labor of love.
Well, I know that you love doing these. You've got so many movies that you guys have made, and it's all under your production company, right?
Yes, well, I started as an actor when I was basically a child back in Europe. That was back in 1979, actually. We really go back a long time. But then in 2009, I really wanted to find more of a role into the filmmaking. Sometimes as an actor, you just go in, you book the role, you go in, you have your lines, then you're done. It's limited, in a way.
Right. You can't be a part of making the whole story and everything.
Exactly.
Right.
After so many years working in the business, I felt like I was really fond of making movies. I was really fond of movies, and I wanted to really be involved since the creative process. And then so it became almost natural to think to become a producer. So we founded Empire Films.
Right. Empire Films is your production company.
Yes.
Very cool.
We just started, with an independent movie that was a co-production actually with Italy. It's called House of Flesh Mannequins.
Yes, mostly they've had horror movies.
Yeah.
That's kind of their specialty, but I know you're branching out as well, but that's sort of what you guys focus on.
That was actually a heart house horror film. He had the director was very influenced by some very famous directors of the past, like especially a movie called Peeping Tom, and some Italian exploitation film directors that I had worked with when I was a teenager, like Lucio Fulci.
Yeah, he has an amazing history. It's just really interesting when you go back. He's been involved with filmmaking since back in like you said, the late 70s and then all through the 80s. And
yeah. It was an amazing experience growing up with the movies. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I have grown up in films. I mean, and it felt really natural. I mean,
to produce.
Then at that point, I wasn't sure exactly how it was gonna go. I'm unassuming in a way. I didn't want to put too much weight at the beginning. Then when we started, anyways, I knew I was in for good, and then so I finally brought in my partner Aaron Benor, and now we have more and more people coming in, and
that's great.
Yeah,
and you guys
we're expanding.
Definitely, and it's really exciting because you were featured in your film Virus X was featured in Variety.
Yes.
Just last year, right?
Yes, we made the cover at the American Film Festival. Yeah, it was a really big deal. Yeah, and the movie really pulled a lot of international sales, and it was highly regarded. And yeah, that was another adventure. And actually, with the director Ryan Harris, now we're making our next project. That it's a very special project to me because it's been an idea that it's been my baby
Wow.
for a long time.
So now you finally are making it.
And now we're making it, and it's been writing it for now like almost 6 months.
So which one is this one?
It's called Darkness Become.
Okay.
And we're almost ready with the final draft and to start pre-production. So hopefully in the fall, for sure.
Very cool.
And it's a very complex movie. It's a David Lynch meets Alfred Hitchcock psychological thriller about a guy whose life is puzzled and shattered by a mystery that I cannot reveal.
You can't tell.
But it's very mysterious, and it has a huge twist at the end. So I'm excited. I'm thrilled. You know, it's actually I think fantastic to work in a project that you feel a lot for. You know, sometimes unfortunately you're like, it's okay, you know, more routine work, or you know, but when there is something that exceptional, it becomes extremely thrilling.
That's very exciting. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So you have 3 films that are just recently going to be coming out.
Yes, for the fall.
Okay.
And one, it's called Orgy of the Damned.
Orgy of the Damned.
Which is a real horror vampire movie.
Vampires, yes, that's right.
A very intriguing story.
Why don't we show everybody the trailer?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, cool.
Let's
Here it
show
is.
the trailer.
From Empire Films.
You need to take care of everything.
Everything?
We are so going to that party.
I not even remember my own life. Let's get to know each other a little better. Huh?
Whoa, okay, so vampires.
Darkness, you know, it's actually very romantic too, in a way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that part of it.
More of that.
You can attract both sides.
Exactly. It covers a lot of genres and a lot of audiences. Hopefully, you know, it will interest most audiences. So then there is another movie called Travel Well Kamikaze. That's a very unique project. It
Right.
was directed by 2 twins, 23 years old, from
Wow.
Italy. Yeah.
Travel Well Kamikaze. This is the one that's about terrorism, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just more of an art film, really, and it's a very unique project. It's told by the protagonist in all POV,
Wow.
so you never see the guy because it's the camera. There is only the voice, and all is through his eyes. And it
Wow.
was very challenging also for the actors. I have a role in the movie also, and it was the first time that, you know, I had to act really looking into camera all the time, and I tell you, it was really a challenge. And you know, because you didn't have anyone really to give you back emotions or anything on set.
Whoa. So why don't you introduce the trailer for Travel Well Kamikaze?
Oh, sure. The trailer is unique and very powerful. So look at it with attention. It's a very particular movie.
That's right. Okay, guys, here it is. Check it out. All right, so that was kind of freaky.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, it's
also
realistic too. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
that sort of stuff is happening and does happen and can happen.
it's yeah, and it's scary, but it's also visually striking, very unique, and he has a very um, real raw feel. So that's what I like about it.
It's great. It's very different.
Very different, yeah. This, and if you think they're two kids, I mean, they're so young, you know, to write, direct, and you know, edit a movie like this. It takes a lot of vision, you know.
Wow.
I was actually in Italy filming a movie that was released a few months ago, Wrath of the Crows.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Horror movie, yeah,
Right.
with Tiffany Shapis and others, and I was filming that, and the director knew them, so he made a contact, a connection, and they said to me a treatment that was made of Polaroids, like a quilt, making a quilt, like a work of art, and it was so endearing and beautiful to look at that I couldn't say no. I had to say, yeah, we're gonna have to make this movie, you know.
Wow. That's so cool.
So that was quite an adventure, but
Yeah, most people just send like a treatment, 1-page description or a couple page description.
exactly. No,
So-
they sent all a visual, really unique piece that you know was really amazing to look at, and the movie is also very timely.
Very cool. I'm glad you guys went on a topic that's kind of hard for people to think about, but it's very
Yeah.
important.
A little risky, you know. Again, it was a lot of different things that really interest me in this project, and for sure because it's very timely, but also because it's very unique. And again, I'm always looking for. It's so difficult today, you know. A lot of sequels and films that are always derivative many times. You know, I'm looking always for projects that are more unique, more.
Yeah. More original.
Yeah, but it's, you know, so much has been done.
Yeah.
It's difficult to find the people who really, you know, have the ideas.
Which is
So-
definitely an issue right now. Yeah.
Yes.
So when is the movie coming out?
This one particularly is going to festivals, to
Okay.
film festivals. So I hope for Sundance. If not, Berlin, definitely. Yeah.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. And then we have a third movie that is actually the new cut version of the first movie we made, that was a Flesh Mannequins. There is a director cut that's going over and beyond. That movie has a reputation of an infamous cult movie. There are really shocking images, and it was well regarded internationally. We won awards in Australia, in the Berlin Film Festival, in Italy, in here. It was a little much of a scandal because it has really raw sequences. It's really disturbing. It's not for everyone, but for those who like that genre, it became a little cult. So we are re-releasing
The director's cut.
The director's cut, yeah, with
Cool.
even extended footage.
And then having a new distribution all over global.
Yes, yeah, and that's coming out in the fall as well.
Very cool.
And then there is a movie also opening, The Brides of Sodom, that's already out in DVD and Blu-ray, but it's finally going to be available for streaming everywhere, and that's great because now that's the main market, as we know. So.
Yeah, and that's coming out at the same time. This
Yes,
September,
all
October.
in the fall. So we're busy with promotion and a lot of stuff on the table because we have all the stuff coming out. And then this major project, Darkness Become, in pre-production, and other two, Mariah and the Maddening Woods, that are two projects we're working
Maddening
on. Yeah, for next year.
Wow. That's okay. So I didn't even get to find out about those ones yet. So we'll have to tell everybody to go and look on your website for Empire Films and follow you on Twitter.
EmpireFilms.net. Or you can follow me on my Twitter, Domiziano A. And also there is an Empire Films Twitter as well.
Cool.
And Instagram, all the social apps, of course. We're quite popular. We're doing well on social apps. Yeah, you guys
have a lot of followers.
Yeah, that's cool. I wonder, I mean, it's been maybe because my movies sometimes, some even of the old ones, they've been rediscovered, remastered and reissued in DVD, Blu-ray. There's this call for the Grindhouse release.
Grindhouse, yeah.
I was just telling someone, there is this one that I had made. It's called Samurai Avenger of the Blind Wolf. That it's a co-production with Japan, and it's a kung fu sushi western.
Whoa! Sounds really interesting.
And it was actually beautifully shot, and there is now a new version in Blu-ray that just opened, and it's actually doing a really good business.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's great to have your old movies come back and make a success again.
It's great, yeah, and you feel like really your work still lives, it's still there, and
it lives more.
It lives. Yeah.
You actually act in a lot of the movies as well.
Yes, I keep on, my love for acting never dies. I think that's a call. When I first started, I barely knew what was that about. I mean, I had this call from Federico Fellini, the huge director, after he saw me in the Helmut Newton pictures, and he did really call me to change test videos, and he did back then still in Technicolor, screen test, which at the time was a huge deal, and for a movie that they were looking in the protagonist, he had to be at 13 years old, and it was America by Franz Kafka, a project that unfortunately was never made. But I got to work with them.
Right.
And the story of that
when you were 13.
episode, yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that was the start. Yeah, then I after that I started working in the movies and also as a model in fashion and so on.
Well, fashion's pretty big in Italy too.
Yes, of course. It's the country of fashion and pasta.
I heard that in Italy they kind of make fun of Americans because we're so casually dressed. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't think. I think Italians love Americans. Actually,
yeah.
They really have.
No, they're so friendly. I love it, but
yeah, they're really fun. But definitely, there is. I think it's more for the classy, upbeat fashion crowd. Maybe.
In suits and everything.
Yeah, like French people too. It's haute couture and and it's a style. It's like we're very stylish here. So
we have our own style. So I saw that you were playing this character where you have white hair.
Oh yes, that was Virus X, a movie released by Lionsgate that we also produced in 2012. Yeah,
Wow.
and I was playing a replicant, not a really human creature.
Really?
Yes. Yeah,
That was amazing.
it was a pretty fun movie to make with Sybil Danning. It was like this huge ex-cult star too that came back really with that movie to play the rich millionaire involved in this virus.
And he's the one you're sort of fighting against in the movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a bunch of professors trying to find an antidote for this virus, but there is some dirty deeds and
Corruption.
so it's like a quarantine, type of stuff. They get stuck, and the only one who can access is my character because I'm not human,
You're
and
not
so
human.
I'm immune to
Yeah.
virus. Yeah.
The way that you like move and do things in that movie, that's very interesting and different, I think, from the other ones.
Benny said I look like a rock star. For me, it was more about trying to find a way. You're playing a robot. Basically, you have no references. I was trying to find a way to give to this character his own personality, his own style, and
You shaved your whole beard off.
yeah. No, I love to change for movies a lot. In fact, they never recognize me because every time I make a movie with a major role, I really like to work a lot on the look and change myself like incredibly. From like you saw, blonde to short hair, long hair, dark hair, blonde hair, beard, no beards.
Yeah, I want to go with the beard next time, I think.
Yeah, next time I think you'll see a different me, especially because we're already thinking about Darkness Becomes, so
Yeah.
we'll see what's the look there.
It's exciting.
It's fun too. That
And you get to
part
do
is
vampire
fun.
teeth and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, that in Orgy of the Damned. Yes. I'm not fond of that. Those teeth are actually such a nightmare.
They're so
To
uncomfortable.
wear. They're so uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
they make your acting so awkward. It's so difficult.
You can't talk, right?
It's so difficult. Also
Yeah.
to keep, yeah.
Cool.
to keep straight. But it's great to portray a vampire. I was also always fascinated about the vampire, about the also concept of beyond the horror aspect, but the romantic side of a vampire, and having to live forever and love forever, and that's what the movie is about too. It's about the concept that real love never dies. So it has a whole the genre ingredients, but I think there is also a little more to it.
Mm.
So I'm really happy about this version.
So this one's Orgy of the Damned?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope it will do well.
So I'm sure it will.
Yes.
You're going to have people to go and watch Orgy of the Damned, Travel Well Kamikaze,
Then
and
there is the uncut, the extended cut, director's cut of the House of Flesh Mannequins,
okay, cool.
which is called Flesh Mannequins Uncut, actually.
Okay, that's
So
exciting.
follow us, and again on the social apps or on our website.
Empire Films.
Yeah, we have news. We have actually a channel now on YouTube that's presenting a lot of backstage work. And
That's
we
great.
have sessions that we do with singers and a lot of reality stuff.
That's
Yeah,
great.
we keep busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah, you do. And you have more films coming out after that next year.
Yes,
So.
yes. There are of course a few movies that I've done for other people that just call me as an actor and just as an actor. And
You're like, oh, that's nothing compared to what you're doing all the rest of the time.
it's to have one or two or three roles in a film, it's so challenging. You know, I didn't realize it until I was into it. You know, I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? You know, and it was tough. It was very demanding at first. Then you starting to get used, and especially now because I have such a wonderful business partner and more people coming along, it's becoming more at ease. But at first it was just like, whoa.
So much to handle.
So much to handle. And, you know, of course, the acting, which is, of course, something that it's so profoundly, you know, interiorized, and you cannot
Be thinking about all this
abandon
other stuff.
your concentration, but then thinking about the other stuff and checks, money, financial issues, or crew issues, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Your mind goes like to a short circuit.
Well,
But that's why we have partners, and that's why, thankfully, have some of the best people on board now
that's great.
coming, and very excited and thrilled. So
Well, it's a huge accomplishment. I mean, there's so many people that are trying to make movies, you know, and do independent film and everything. So, you know, you guys are really doing well, and I'm, you know, so happy for you. So
thank
congratulations.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thanks.
It's very cool.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and it's been a pleasure. I love this decor. Red is my favorite color, actually.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching producer Domiziano Arcangeli on
The Red Booth.
Yay!
Yay.
Cool.